Hello, I am Desiree Cote, and this is my live. And so like today we are in a practice session for a talk about an ascension, a talk about manifestation, and a talk about meditation and the science of happiness. Yeah, so let's begin with the science of happiness. So, what happens scientifically when we get happy? Okay, well, a whole bunch of things can happen, but mostly your neurotransmitters get released, particular ones, like ones, for example, like serotonin, dopamine, norepinephrine, adrenaline, endorphins, cannabinoids, DMT, um, some other stuff too, and when you're like happy, you're usually like experiencing more endorphins, and when you're happy, when you're like more relaxed and happy, you're experiencing more serotonin, and when you're like relaxed and feeling pumped, energized, you're experiencing more dopamine and perhaps norepinephrine or adrenaline, like from coffee. Coffee will stimulate your endocrine glands and like make you feel more endorphins and like more dopamine. And that's why we feel the way we feel after drinking coffee. And so yeah, that's some of the science on happiness. Like neurotransmitters are things, little chemical concoctions and electrical surges in your neural pathways, and they happen in your brain, your heart, and your gut. These are known as your three brains in modern science, because the heart has many neurotransmitters. It has memory cells in it as well, so you really do think with your heart. And your gut, that's where your intuition and some also in your heart too. No problem. And also in your heart too. And you really think with both of these organs, not just this one, and you really feel, particularly in your heart chakra, a little more than in your head, but you still feel both of them. And that's more about the science. And any questions for now? Oh yes, I have a question. Oh yes, what is your question, Carla? Um, how can I be more able to trigger my happiness receptors or scientific process if I'm stressed? Okay, well, let me help you out there. So, if you're stressed, that's when cortisol is released into your bloodstream, and that's a neurotransmitter that is like in biochemical that is responsible for tensing up your muscles, tensing up your constricting your blood vessels, and contracting your pupils a bit, and just making you more closed off depending on how much you have. And you definitely want to try to avoid stressful situations, but I know obviously we can't avoid all of them. But let me give you a good quote to start things off with in this part of the video. So a good man solves his problems as they occur. A better man prevents them, but the great man turns his problems into advantages. So, yeah, we want to another good quote I have is be parajoyed, not paranoid. And when you're stressed, we've all been there. We've all been stressed, and know that you can't avoid stress 100% all of the time, because if we could be happy all of the time, we would be happy all of the time. But we can't. Sometimes we can control our emotions, and sometimes it seems like our emotions are controlling us. So there are actions you can do to relieve stress quicker than other actions. There are some times when you're just so stressed you just don't have the willpower to do an action, and then you got to give it some time, and eventually the cortisol in your system will be flushed out, especially as you drink water, and drinking water will help flush out the cortisol more, and like because dehydration can like also stress you out more, and like keeping hydrated is gonna like energize you, give you better focus, better concentration, and better mood as well. So you definitely want to keep hydrated. So yeah, I recommend drinking every half hour to an hour of water, because or any drink. In fact, I have some of my drinks here. Today I got this mango and peach energy V8. So if you have a drink, I would like to invite you to like open it now, or like take a sip with me at Cheers. And if you don't have a drink, get a drink right now. Shing. It feels good to stay hydrated, and also drinks are great ways of sectioning off time. And like it's a great idea to have a drink during a session of like activities or activity that you are doing, because it provides more incentive, makes the experience more pleasant overall, and like it's also like not only an incentive but like a um obviously a reward, but like sometimes people are like, should I treat myself after I accomplish it, or should I treat myself first? I feel like a good way is like during, or like either way is good for whichever you prefer. That's a matter of preference really, but I like my drinks while I'm doing my activities. And yeah, edible treats are a little different, but yeah. Okay, so any other questions? Yes. Yes, what is your question? Aaliyah, or sorry, Chantal. Yes. Um, can you talk about more ways to stimulate happiness? Okay, so like there's a thing called coping skills that you do when you're happy and when you're stressed, to like relieve and push you forward to like happiness, and maintaining a happy um mode and like experience. So you like you can do things like journaling and gratitude journaling prompts. Those are ones I really recommend. You can do calling a friend, hanging out with a friend, smoke sesh with THC, and like you can do things like meditate. You can do things like sleeping is really good for your mental health and happiness, but you don't want to do escapism sleep. Then it may be a good short-term solution, but in the long term, you're not solving your problems. You're just running away from them, kind of. So, yeah. But sleep, and napping is like usually good for your health. Anyways, there's also things like cooking, just like about cooking. If those of you don't like to cook, like the thing that got me into cooking, you might still not want to cook after this, but I just feel like sharing how I got into cooking a little bit. Cooking is kind of like an art, where you pretend to be a chef. You like those cool chefs at the sushi restaurant that flip the fish in like the air and like burn. They have that smoke onion volcano thing in those Japanese um cook dancer, like something kind of like experience. Those are really cool. Those are like the ninjas of cooks, like chef ninjas, kind of. It's interesting. So yeah, you just want to be like into the art, and making food for other people is a really good way to start. I feel like, but yeah, making food I feel like is a little bit easier when you're making it for others than like when you're making it for just yourself. But yeah, about me, like I don't cook currently because I'm only allowed to use the microwave. But I'm gonna ask them if I can do it under the radar. Like just like below the talking vine, the grapevine. So yeah, and it's really like I should cook because I know how to cook. So yeah. Anyways, let's see. Any other questions? Yes. What's that? Can you talk about um? Yes. Can you talk about manifestation? Okay. So manifestation. So like quantum physics has proven that thoughts can affect um atoms and like other like things like protons. Yeah, and like they did this very interesting experiment, and I'm pretty sure most of you are familiar with it. But it's about like how when they observed the protons, they went through the slit, and how when they didn't go through the slit. But when they expected them to go through the slit, they did. So just like those people's like thoughts, affected the matter in a very small, low way, and everything is built out of atoms and protons and like like that stuff, electrons and things. So like it's interesting how that suggests that like thoughts can like affect the world, and I believe they can because thoughts affect mental focus and attention, which affects like um other things related to it, and like it's kind of like a spiral unfolding, time, as time goes by, and like also like it affects like what you focus on, which affects your actions, which affects like more focus, more actions, the actions to get you to where you want to be. So such as having this, having that, doing this, experiencing that, being like this, being like that, and etc. It goes on. Don't be limited by my human language. English language. So words. So, anyways, best I can describe it how like thoughts affect like the actions and like the world, because like you're thinking about that beautiful, gorgeous jacket, that beautiful rain jacket with the thick fabric, getting detailed, visualizing. That's gonna be a good way to think and go about it for manifestation. Feeling it like as real as you can, like maybe feeling that jacket on you, that dope perfect jacket, that looks so awesome, and like doing it more than once, like having several sessions of this visualization exercise will fire the muscles and motivative areas where we are more likely to receive, get, make, or have that jacket like come up and appear in our lives. And it doesn't have to be about no just single jacket, it could be a plants if you want garden. It could be about that man you've wanted, It could be about solving relationships and making them better, It could be about getting that car, paying off that mortgage, sky's the limit, if you have any deeper questions, ask it in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments of this video. We are reaching about 14 minutes, so we'll just like have a few more minutes or one more minute, and we'll answer any other single questions, and then we'll take a break. Any questions? Any open discussion or things you'd like to address or talk about? Yes. Okay. What is it? I feel like that's pretty good. You're saying I just fire, just visualizing the neurons in our brains will fire? Oh yes. If you visualize it, they did a study where they hooked up Olympic athletes to these biofeedback recording tools and like machines, and like they had the Olympians like race in their mind, or like do the jumping in their mind. And they realized the same neurons and muscles would fire, even though the person was sitting still. The neural pathways would fire as if they were doing the real experience. And so doing it visualizationally will help with being better at those experiences. And this is one way how some people heal themselves after getting like total breakdown of body parts or broken legs or broken spines. I've seen a person like go from a broken spine and who couldn't like walk for a while, could barely move, was hooked up to like respirators or something like that. How they visualized their way, and some people played video games too while doing that, and they like completely cured themselves, turned their lives around, and you wouldn't have guessed, or you'd barely be able to tell that they are who they are today. You know, it's interesting how completely you can transform your body and affect your body with your thoughts. And we might talk more about how your thoughts can affect your body in another video. So it's getting about that time. So yeah, thank you for joining me, and I hope you like this discussion. Um, yeah, let me know what you think. I hope you all have a great day and stay healthy.